My name is Ville Vuorio, and I work here in Finland in a Beetles LIFE project, and I'm the project manager of the project. And I will now tell something about the experiences we have had in the project. And I work in Metsähallitus, Parks and Wildlife Finland, and this Metsähallitus is a combination of business and public administration activities. And these green areas here are the state-owned forests in Finland, and that covers about 1/3 of the surface of the Finland. And this Metsähallitus forestry, this is managing these state-owned commercial forests. And then there's another company, property development, which is selling and buying land. And then the Siemen Forelia, which produces and sells tree seeds. And finally, this Parks and Wildlife Finland, which is public body where I work. And we manage national parks and nature reserves, and also provide basic infrastructure for hikers. And also we sell hunting and fishing permits. Well, our project is a 5-year long project, and we have 60% of the funding comes from EU. As said, this Metsähallitus Parks and Wildlife Finland is the coordinating beneficiary, but we have also 4 associated beneficiaries. For Metsähallitus Forestry Limited, which is doing the logging in the areas, because some of our restoration work need some logging done beforehand. And then there's this Häme Center for Economic Development, Transport and the Environment, and this is this kind of a regional authority. And in this project, they have purchased an area for nature protection within our project. And then we have Humak, University of Applied Sciences. They have a big responsibility in media work. They organize all kind of pop-up happenings and whatever. And then also University of Helsinki is participating, and they are they have made this airborne laser scanning study of one of our project sites, and they have detected the Deadwood by this scanning, and we have used this information in the when making the restoration plans. The overall objectives of the project are that we want to improve the conservation status of the target species, and by doing all kind of restoration measures, we want to minimize the negative effect of habitat fragmentation, and together with to increase the awareness of the target species. On the map, there are these red dots. They are our project sites. There are 25 Natura 2000 sites, and then also 1 privately owned conservation area, which the Häme authority bought us. That's actually the most southern one there. So we have 4 different kind of measures we are doing in these areas. The first one is to restore the bog woodlands. We have controlled burning in many sites. We produce deadwood and also promote the aspen regeneration. These are our target species. So there are 8 insects from 2 orders, Coleoptera and Hemiptera. 6 of them are threatened, 1 even critically endangered, and then there are these Stephanopacus species which are near threatened. Okay, now we'll go to the business. The first action we do is this restoration of bog woodlands, and this picture was taken from Kainuu region last month. There's an area of 120 hectares being restored. And the objective of this work is to re-establish the natural hydrology, decomposition of trees and nutrient cycles. And it will be done in a surface about 300 hectares. This is from the application, this 289 hectares, but we are doing a little bit more. Well, what do we do there in practice? We block the ditches by excavators, and possibly some trees are removed because they are so big and they're on the way of the excavator. And also by removing them, we will decrease the evaporation. The effects of this action to our target species is that this Phytocolvensis is directly benefiting, because waterlogging, which is causing deaths of trees and has thus a positive impact on microclimate also. Well, it is not affecting only this target species, but there are also about 100 threatened and 100 near threatened species which have the peatland drainage as the main cause of their decline. And also there are hundreds of more species which have the peatland drainage as one of the causes of their decline. And this is based on the 2019 red list species of Finland evaluation. So burning, restorative burning is the second measure. And it's controlled burning. It's not random. It's a quite big task to organize a burning, because you have to have about 10 people, well, depending on the size of the area, and you have to water the surrounding forest and so on. There has to be pump systems and hoses and so on. Well, the objective of this burning is to reintroduce fire and its ecological impacts. Nowadays, Finland has so dense network of forest roads that fire brigade can easily access almost all the sites, and also the observation of forest fires is very intense. And that has led that the natural fires in Finland are not so common anymore. Well, we want to increase the amount of charred and decaying wood, and also this burning affects the quality of the living trees, thus diversifying the tree structure. And we are doing this burning in about 350 hectares. Well, in practice, we burn the forest, but before that, there's a possible tree removal to adjust the intensity of fire. From our target species, there are 5 species directly benefiting from the burning, but there are also in the red list of Finnish species mentioned about 50 threatened and 20 near threatened species, which have the lack of burning as the main cause of the threat. The third action is the production of deadwood. Here, as you can see, it's done during the winter time, and the excavator is pushing the trees down so that also the roots are coming up. So this is to imitate the storm damages. And these have been planned to have effect on the Pythocolvensis. We produce deadwood so that these species can disperse better, and it will also decrease the isolation of the subpopulations. And it's done during winter time to minimize the damages to the forest floor. Well, there is this Pythocolvensis benefiting directly, but there are also very large number of threatened and near threatened species which have a decreased amount of decaying wood as the main cause of the decline. So this is an umbrella species, clearly. Well, aspen promotion is also executed, and we want to ensure the regeneration of aspen. Well, here in this picture, you can see that we are leaving most of the trunks on the forest floor. This is to prevent the moose damages, moose like the young aspen seedlings, and they don't look very nice, but they're difficult to move there around. But also it's difficult for the moose, so for that reason they are left there. And also there's deadwood produced this way. Well, in practice we make small canopy caps on stands where there are aspens found, and we use either harvesters or timber jacks depending on the structure of the forest. And this will directly affect these 2 species, Cucuius cinnaperinus and Xyletinus tremulicola, which are depending on the sturdy aspens. So actually the real effect for these species will come after tens of years. So it's a long-term action. And this aspen promotion is very important because aspen is a keystone species in boreal forests. And according to this study, it hosts nearly 40 threatened and 30 near threatened species alone. So it's a keystone species, and by doing this, other species are benefiting also. There's also monitoring included in the project. We have, of course, direct observation, dry sieving, and then this trapping. And here is a burned forest. It was burned 1 year ago, and now there are these window traps put, and we are checking them. What have we found? So what we have found, the monitoring is done because we want to have an overall picture of the response of the species to the restoration. And we are doing this, as mentioned, these three ways of of getting the information. And this monitoring is we have still 2 years to go. And also this monitoring and the sample ID is still underway and will continue until the end of the project. But so far we have only some preliminary results from the burn sites, and we have even found these 2 target species from the traps. And together with other threatened species, and there are lots of species which benefit from the burning, and our beetle sampling expert says that the results have been so far excellent. So we are happy with it. So means that the work we have been doing is doing the job. So because we are a little bit hungry, I guess, so this is this kind of a fast version of the presentation. I'm happy to try to answer your questions. Thank you for listening. Chu.
So which tree species are used for producing dead wood in forests? What does it depend on?
We are using spruce mainly, because it was Butocolvensis uses spruce trees for the as a habitat, but also now, well, mostly spruce, yeah, because of this species. It's this is a life project, so we have to follow the application quite strongly, and there it was written spruce, but actually we are doing also birch and pines. There aren't that many tree species available in Finland for producing the deadwood. We don't want to fell aspens, of course. We want to promote them. That's what I can say.